Jaiz Takaful Insurance. It is a celebration of our shared values and our unwavering commitment to serving our community. Today, as we distribute this surplus, we're not just providing financial benefits, we are reinforcing the bonds of trust and solidarity that underpin our operations. It is a reaffirmation of our promise to stand by you in your times of need and to share the benefits of our collective success. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of our participants for choosing Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited. We do not take your trust for granted. As your partner, we are safeguarding your future. Your trust in us has been our driving force, and we are fully committed, continuously improving our services and delivering on our mission and going beyond fulfilling and surpassing your expectations. I will at this point also like to appreciate and salute the National Insurance Commission, NICOM, for their most valuable role as regulators by encouraging financial inclusion in the country, of which Takaful is the most important segment in the insurance industry. I would also like to extend my appreciation on behalf of the board to our dedicated team of the board of Jaiz Takaful Limited, our ACE members, the management team, the entire staff of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited. Your hard work, professionalism, and commitment to our values have made this surplus distribution possible. Together we have achieved remarkable growth, and I am confident that we'll continue to excel in years to come, inshallah. In conclusion, I want to reiterate that our commitment to you, our valued participants, remain unperturbed. We will continue to uphold the principles of Takaful Insurance and strive for excellence in everything we do. Together, we will build a stronger, more prosperous future for our community and the country at large. Thank you all for being a part of this occasion. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with continued success and prosperity in all our endeavors. Enjoy today, stay with us, encourage others to partner with us. You won't regret it. We are JTIL, caring and sharing.
Thank you very much, ma'am, Jaiz Takaful, for that very inspiring speech. And like she mentioned, Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited is committed to excellence and to providing the best service for you as participants. Before we take the speech of His Royal Highness, I would like to welcome in our midst the current National President of Form 1, Hajia Rafia Ido Sani. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We also want to welcome Alhaji Suleiman Darazo, Head Takaful Unit NICOM. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. We also have in our midst SP Adamu Balanto, who is here representing CSP Lydia Ame, who is the first insurance officer. Thank you, sir, officer, for gracing us with your presence. We also have SP Mahmoud Haruna, who is here representing AIG Yusuf Usman Churumawa, who is the first transport officer. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. We have in our midst the chairman, NCRIB Abuja chapter, Alhaji Abbas Awolabi. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. And now, the next item on the agenda is the speech by His Royal Highness, the by His Royal Highness Malam Dr. Muhammad Awal Ibrahim, CON, the Sarkin Zawzaw of Suleja, the Emir of Suleja. He is one of the founding fathers of Jaiz Bank, and recently he celebrated his 30th year on the throne of his fathers. We want to pray that may Allah grant you long life, good health, to continue to rule and contribute to good causes. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Chairman of this occasion, the founding father and chairman of Jaiz. I don't claim to be a father of Jaiz, but I do recognize Dr. Umar Tanda, the spirit and founding father of Jaiz. And I'm so happy and I feel highly honored to be invited to this occasion. Honorable Minister, distinguished members of the High Table, my brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Permit me also to recognize Sheikh Chairman Balalo and to express my sincere apology to you all, but to say I have not prepared any speech for this occasion. I said I feel highly honored to be invited, so my role here really, apart from playing the father, is to see, watch, and listen. In the formative days of Jaiz, there was never anything like this, if my memory serves me right. Takaful was never the beginning of our discussions. But I'm so happy to note that because of the expansion and the progress Jaiz has made, we are now here to celebrate the achievements of Takaful. The issue of insurance is very, very important to our lives. I wouldn't waste your time. I wouldn't want to waste your time calling to you my association with insurance, life insurance, during my school days. But I'd like to say I'm particularly pleased to be here and to listen to the speeches that will be rendered here and see how even in my twilight days in life, you can still benefit from what Takaful means, particularly to what matters to me most, Islam. And I'll be most delighted to have Takaful organize a lecture for my people to see how we can really get to know more our religion and to see how we can really have meaningful impact on the development of this country. As I said, I have not prepared any speech, but I wish once more to say thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm truly delighted to be here. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Jazakumullahu khairan, sir. We may recall that His Royal Highness was the first civilian governor of what we now know as Niger State from the year 1979 to 1983. May Allah grant you long life to continue to contribute to the prosperity of the country, and please take the advice of His Royal Highness and ensure that you take insurance on your very important needs that you actually require insurance for. And then it's my pleasure to welcome the chairman of the occasion in the person of Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan, who is the current chairman CEO of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, to give us his speech. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah alladhi ij'ala lana min amrina rashada wa ya'lamu ma kana wa ma yakun. Salli wa sallim ala al-mab'uth rahmatan lil alamin. Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad bin Abdullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Our Royal Father, His Royal Highness, and I need to also include His Excellency, the Emir of Suleja, Dr. Muhammad Awal Ibrahim, CON, our father as well, who I would describe as a nation molder and economic builder, Dr. Umar Mutalla, CON. In the height of COVID, when death was by the numbers, Alhaji Umar Mutalla opened his house and together with National Hajj Commission were strategizing, and based on that strategy, the Hajj saving scheme of the National Hajj Commission was born. On behalf of the National Hajj Commission, I want to especially thank Dr. Umar Mutalla. I recognize the keynote speaker, Professor Issa Pantami, CON. I'd like to again recognize the chairman of Jaiz Bank, ably represented, the chairman of Jaiz Takaful Insurance, our host, the MD of Jaiz Bank, MD of Takaful, the national chairman of Jama'atu is I recognize the presence of a board member of the National Hajj Commission, who also is a board member of Jaiz Takaful, and a board member of so many other numerous board. And that is Imam Barrister Harun Hizzi. I recognize the chairman of the Advisory Council of Experts of Jaiz Takaful, who also happened to be the first rector of the first Hajj Institute in the world. And that's the Hajj Institute of Nigeria, which is also a product of the National Hajj Commission, Professor Nasiruddin Bitulari. With the kind permission of His Royal Highness, having recognized Dr. Abdullah Shab, a personal friend, I would like to give recognition to all those whom it is due. Ladies and gentlemen, member of the press, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's indeed an honor for me to be invited to share this wonderful occasion. I indeed want to thank once again the organizer for deeming me fit not just to be part of this occasion, but also to be the chairman. Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited know that is a institution in Nigeria, incorporated in 2014 and licensed by the Nigeria Insurance Commission in 2016. Know that Malaysia is the first country to have established structured Takaful company through the Takaful Act of 1984. I must also say at this occasion that the National Health Commission is indeed one of the clients, important clients of Jaiz Takaful. The introduction of Jaiz Takaful in Nigeria has really provided alternative means of insurance for Nigerians, both Muslim and non-Muslim. And this indeed is a benefit of Islamic finance that guarantee protection of life and property of subscribers, which is one of the fundamental objectives of Sharia under necessity. It provides job opportunities as well as proceed and return of investment to subscriber. I therefore want to use this opportunity to encourage all Nigerians, irrespective of faith, to subscribe to any form of Takaful, either family or general, for the following features. It's in line with the Sharia, and as a reward from Allah, the lawgiver. It's free of usury, free of uncertainty and gambling. It guarantees economic stability and risk control against damages. It provides financial inclusions for subscribers and return on investment. I'd like to use this opportunity to ask Jaiz Takaful to please create more awareness and enlightenment to Nigeria, particularly also in remote areas, as so the prospect of what Takaful is meant to be. Since it has been proven globally that the majority of subscribers and beneficiaries of the surplus distributions are actually non-Muslim, leadership of Jaiz Takaful should therefore sensitize as many people as possible on the numerous benefit. I also implore all beneficiaries of today to use this surplus given to them judiciously. We at National Health Commission have also a similar product, not in competition with Jaiz Takaful, I must say. And it is the high savings scheme which I mentioned earlier on. The purpose of the high savings scheme is to assist low-income earners that instead of begging for Hajj, they could save for Hajj. I must say that since we started the high savings scheme partnership with Jaiz Bank, the subscribers have earned a profit in excess of 600 million naira. And I'm sure that by the time it's stabilized and sustained, the billions of profit will certainly come. I'd like again to end my speech by saying congratulations to Jaiz Takaful, hoping that by the time we meet again this time next year, we'll be distributing billions of surplus to subscribers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Chairman, for that very inspiring speech. Chairman reiterated that with the Takaful, we can increase economic stability and also it's an avenue for financial inclusion. He also encouraged strategic partnerships. Thank you so much, sir. Before we go into the next segment, I would like to also recognize the presence in our midst of Alhaji Muhammad Hadi Abdul Muttalab, who is the director of Jaiz Bank PLC. Please. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. The next item on the agenda is the speech by the special guest in the person of Alhaji Muhammad Mustafa bin Tube, ably represented by the current Managing Director of Jaiz Bank PLC in the person of Mr. Ahmed Alhaji Hassan. Please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Our Father, His Royal Highness Dr. Muhammad Awal Ibrahim, CON, the Sarkin Zazo of Soleja, the pioneer and immediate chairman of Jaiz Bank, Alhaji Dr. Umar Mutalab, the chairman of the occasion, who is the chairman of Chief Executive of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Alhaji Zikrullah Kuli Hassan, the immediate past Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Fontani, the National Chairman of Jibus, Sheikh Balalam, representatives of the National Insurance Commissioner, Chairman of the Board of Jaiz Takaful, Hajiya Zainab, other board members of Jaiz Takaful, the board members of Jaiz Bank here present, the guest of honor, and Managing Director of 179 management and staff of Jaiz Bank and Jaiz Takaful present here. Members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It gives me great pleasure and honor to be here to represent the chairman, to represent the special guest of honor, the chairman, present chairman of Jaiz Bank, Alhaji Muhammad Mustafa bin Tube, who is unavoidably absent as a result of the foreign trip that he has undertaken for another occasion. He has actually asked me to extend his goodwill message and also to remind our special guests here today of the efforts of the founding fathers of Islamic finance in Nigeria. As you are aware, some of them are here, like our father, Alhaji Dr. Umar Mutalab, His Royal Highness, the chairman, National Chairman of Jibus, Alhaji Anki Ahmad, and a host of others that are here today, but too numerous to be mentioned. These are some of the founding fathers of Islamic finance in general in Nigeria. And they had the dream to have an Islamic financial supermarket in the country, starting with an Islamic bank, then Islamic insurance, and then moving into pensions, capital market activities, and the rest, so that Muslims and non-Muslims as well can also have alternatives of doing their commercial transactions according to the dictates of Sharia. Having started with the bank, then the next was the Takaful, the insurance, hence the establishment of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited. And Alhamdulillah, both the bank and the Takaful have been doing well. The story is excellent. We have the figures. Today, we are witnessing the sharing of surplus funds. Alhamdulillah. For that, but some of the benefits, as already mentioned by the chairman of Hajj Commission of Takaful, Islamic insurance include its flexibility, its financial protection, being ethical in nature, and ability to mitigate risk in a Sharia-compliant manner. Having explained all this in details by the last speaker, there isn't the need for me to go into these aspects one-on-one. What I would simply say is I would like to pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to protect and support this institution and all other similar institutions that provide Islamic alternatives to conventional activities, financial activities. May it grow by leaf and bound. May Allah make it great and great and great. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, sir. MD Jaiz Bank. I worked with him when I was in Jaiz. I was a pioneer staff of Jaiz. Thank you so much for that inspiring speech. Next on the agenda is speech by the guest of honor, Mr. Sunday Thomas, Commissioner for Insurance, National Insurance Commission, ably represented by my brother, Alhaji Ahmed Kolere. Please, let's have your speech.
I don't think I'm fit to mention the names of everyone that is on my right here. Starting if I say chairman, I see so many chairmen here. So we have of the regulator. Ours is just to come and say a few goodwill messages. I have not slept with the mind of coming here to speak, but as regulator who has worked for the regulator in the last 15 years, I was asked to come and say something here on behalf of the National Insurance Commission. Number one, if from the regulator's side, if they say surplus Takaful, briefly two things come to mind. Prudent management of the underwriting, and also efficient, handling of the funds by the management of the operator. And of course, Sharia compliance, because we cannot talk of Takaful without talking of Sharia compliance, being the number one risk in Takaful. So I congratulate Jaiz Takaful for paying surplus. It means they have, handled their underwriting very well, and that they have paid claims, which is the very first objective of Takaful or insurance. So this is a very good development, and we always, encourage the operators to do this thing, especially when this thing is just not for them to sit down at in their boardroom and think that we have to pay surplus. Sheikh knows what I'm saying. It has to go through rigorous process, actuarial, support, the regulator, and of course the AC members. So we congratulate Jaiz Takaful for paying surplus from their underwriting. Thank you very much. Then the second important thing that we must say here, I'm very happy when the chairman of Jaiz Takaful was speaking, she spoke of financial inclusion. The National Insurance Commission is regulating Takaful because of financial inclusion. Takaful is one of the products of financial inclusion as far as insurance is concerned. So we advise the operators to look inward and make sure that their products, they should do something different from the generic Takaful products. This is Abuja. I expect that if it is financial literacy, there is no any gathering that will be better than this. So if the products are inclined towards the specific needs of the Takaful participants, or I would say potential Takaful participants, I think they will move the banner forward. That's number one. Number two, the issue of awareness. I'm happy the chairman of NACON has mentioned it. Awareness is very, very important. As regulators, we can only create the enabling environment for the business to thrive. But awareness, of course, we will do our part, but the operator too has to do its own. Now we have the social media, we have so many aspects, methods of making sure that people are aware. Financial literacy is very, very important. And I remember in Central Bank when we were in the Financial Inclusion Secretariat, we are talking about financial literacy. Financial literacy is not, you cannot go to the school from primary school up to university, not financial literacy. It is very, very important. The operators have to do that. People have to know their income, their savings, their insurance, their tax, their pension. So the Takaful operators need to come together, especially all the operators, not only Jaiz Takaful. We have a growing number of operators, we have new operators coming. So they need to come together, they need to form an association, and they need to do something about awareness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that goodwill message from National Insurance Commission, and I'm sure that Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited has also taken note of improving on innovation, and part of what we're doing right now, creating awareness and also financial inclusion. Thank you so much. The next item on the program is our long-awaited keynote speech by our guest speakers. And we have the pleasure of inviting Professor Isa Ali Pantami to give us the first keynote speech. You're welcome, sir.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. All praises and thanks are due to Allah. We praise Him, we seek His help, and we beg for His forgiveness. We seek Allah's refuge from our evil deeds. Whomever Allah guides cannot be led astray, and whomever is led astray shall find none other than to guide him. I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah alone, who has no partner, and I bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his slave and messenger. The chairman of the occasion, our brother Alhaji Dhikrullah Kule, our royal father, the Emir of Zazzau Suleja, Alhaji Muhammad Awal Ibrahim COL, the founding chairman of Jaiz Bank, our father, Dr. Omar Mutallam, the Managing Director of Jaiz, also the representative of Jaiz Board Chairman, Islamic scholars here present like Sheikh Abdullah Balala, among others, stakeholders from Islamic finance, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good morning to all of you, and may Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. Permit me to begin by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the opportunity to converge here in order to witness surplus distribution by Jaiz Takaful Insurance. This is indeed very encouraging, particularly if we go through the history and the transformation that Jaiz has been witnessing, particularly in recent years. It is indeed very encouraging. Going through the history of Jaiz, we would realize the doggedness, determination, persistence, consistency among others. By the time Jaiz emerged as a pioneer, I happened to serve as the advisory committee of experts for Jaiz for some years. And I know the difficulty of establishing the first pioneer Islamic bank in Nigeria. But today, beside having the bank, we have Jaiz Foundation that is doing very well, Jaiz Takaful, among many others. Today, Jaiz is even sponsoring some young innovators in Nigeria to support technology. This is indeed very encouraging, and we are very proud of what Jaiz has been doing, not only for Muslims, but for all Nigerians. The bank is not only for Muslims, it's for all. Irrespective of your religion, if you are interested in Jaiz, you can open an account, you can patronize in all the services being provided by the bank. If you look at what Jaiz has been doing, you reflect with some verses in the Quran where Allah Ta'ala commends on people that are very consistent, that are very determined in whatever they do. For instance, look at Surah Al-Ahqaf, verse 13 and 14, where the Quran says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا جَزَاءً بِمَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. So if you look at these two verses of Surah Al-Ahqaf, the Quran clearly enunciates to us that there are some people that Allah Ta'ala will reward them with paradise. Why? Because of their determination and consistency. Without that doggedness, we will not be where we are today with regards to Jaiz, particularly at the early stage of the bank. But today, we have so many activities, so many initiatives that we are all enjoying under Jaiz Bank. As at the end of 2022, Islamic finance in Nigeria was valued around 2.9 billion USD. 2.9 billion USD. So this is indeed encouraging. Furthermore, many people find it difficult today to understand why Islamic bank, why Islamic system of banking, why Jaiz Takaful, why Islamic insurance. Anyone who fails to understand this, then definitely he fails to understand the position that Allah has given to wealth, resources, and money. If you read the glorious Quran from the beginning to the end, you will discover the word al-mal, which is being referred to as money or wealth, has been mentioned 76 times in the Quran. 76 times. In addition to that, if you visit all the places, you will discover that in more than 55 places, Allah Ta'ala has linked up going to either hellfire or paradise, depending on how you manage your money, how you engage in financial activities. This will determine your destination in the hereafter. For example, if you read Surah Al-Baqarah, the first place in the Quran where Allah Ta'ala mentions the word al-mal is in لَيْسَ الْبِرَّ أَن تُوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ قِبَلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ, where Allah Ta'ala says وَآتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ ذَوِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى, verse 177 in Surah Al-Baqarah. In this place, Allah Ta'ala describes the qualities of the righteous, the qualities of mu'minun and muttaqun and muhsinun. One of their qualities is how they manage their money. They try to earn their money legitimately and they spend it legitimately. If you read Surah An-Nisa, for instance, verse number 10, Allah Ta'ala describes some people going to hellfire. Why? Because of the way and manner they manage money under their custody. The Quran says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ أَمْوَالَ الْيَتَامَى ظُلْمًا إِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُونَ فِي بُطُونِهِمْ نَارًا وَسَيَصْلَوْنَ سَعِيرًا. They will go to the hellfire. Why? Because of the way and manner they illegally and illegitimately manage the resources that are under their custody. It is because of this in Islam, money, resources have a transcendental value. They are indeed very important to the extent that they will determine our destination in the hereafter. The way you earn and the way you spend, and the kind of interaction or investment you have done. All these things are very important. What brought about Takaful insurance? Historically, the chairman of the occasion mentioned part of it. The issue that brought about Takaful insurance is to address the challenges being presented by the commercial insurance industry. For instance, if you look at the commercial insurance industry, you will discover there is what is called a riba. Islamically, what is being translated as usury, but today we call it interest. Because this is one of the strategies of Satan. Anything that Allah Ta'ala forbids, he will come up with an interesting word to attach to it, so that that interesting word will divert your attention from the actual danger involved in it. Today is usually, we call it interest. In Arabic they call it fa'ida. So then fa'ida, it means it's encouraging, but Islamically is prohibited. Secondly, to address the issue of maisa, a form of gambling. And thirdly, to address the issue of al-ghara, uncertainties. These are the three main issues that Takaful Insurance intends to address globally. And these three challenges are being presented by other forms of insurance. So as Muslims, the way we earn and the way we spend our money is very important. Where we invest is also very important, because this will determine our success not only in this world, but even in the hereafter. Will determine our success in both worlds, in this world and also in the hereafter. It is because of this that, as earlier observed, there is need for us to create more awareness about the benefits of Islamic banking system, the benefits of Takaful insurance, and the necessity, or rather the obligation as Muslims to propagate and to patronize what has been instituted by following the Quran and Sunnah according to the understanding of our pious predecessors. In addition, the benefits of these Islamic activities are not only restricted to Muslims, but they are for all and sundry. Whether you are a Muslim or non-Muslim, definitely there are many benefits to you. And it is important that we create this awareness. If you go to the UK, if you go to the US, you discover that there are many initiatives similar to this. And they are being patronized by non-Muslims. Why? Because they know the benefits. You will go and get loan without any usury, what we call interest today. And you will refund your money. So then why should I go to somewhere where there is unnecessary burden to be added on me? There is no any justification. And it is because of this initiative, like Jaiz Takaful insurance, is really encouraging, and it becomes necessary for all of us to patronize and also to support where applicable or where necessary. Furthermore, we must all become the ambassadors of Islam, where we clear misconceptions about these initiatives to both Muslims and also to non-Muslims, because the benefits are for all, not for only one group of people. And also, thirdly, I want to use the opportunity once again to congratulate Jaiz Takaful that we are here for surplus distribution. Then it is a clear indication that the journey so far is encouraging, because it is not easy to begin in 2016 by even today having almost 5 branches, beside the zonal office here in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kano, and Bauchi, and Kaduna also, we have even 6. So this is indeed very encouraging. So the initiative has commenced very well, and without wasting any time, we have started realizing the benefits, not religious benefits, including the economic benefit therein. Once again, I congratulate all of us, particularly the founding chairman of Jaiz Bank, Alhaji Umar Mutalla. At the initial stage of establishing Jaiz, I recall that we had to travel with him to some countries, including Kuwait, on how to resolve certain issues being confronted by the bank in Nigeria. Today, we are only discussing about success story. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all with Jannatul Firdaus, including those that I have not mentioned their names. There are many people who contributed to the success of Jaiz. Allah ta'ala knows all of them. May He reward all with Jannatul Firdaus. We are not here for a very long presentation, but only a few words of encouragement. Permit me to clear the script and shut down my presentation.
Amin, thank you so much. Spoken like, the immediate past Minister of Communication and Digital Economy. Nigeria witnessed a lot of growth in innovation during his tenure. Thank you so much, sir. The chairman of the occasion, who is also the chairman of the National Commission, needs to take his leave. He had to reschedule another event to be here with us today, and now he has another pressing engagement. Before he leaves, he wants to do one symbolic check presentation. And are we ready? Okay. Please, sir, Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan. May we call on the representative of Jaiz Bank to receive the symbolic check of the surplus distribution to be presented by the chairman of the occasion, who is also the chairman of National Hajj Commission, Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan. Okay.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful, of the Honorable Jaiz Takaful, you are getting 18 wholesome million back to the center. Congratulations.
We are also presenting a token of appreciation to Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan for gracing us with his presence today. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for honoring us with your presence today. Awareness we're going to be doing We hope with the Hajj Commission we're also going to get more and more awareness and that next time we do surplus distribution, we'll have a check for Hajj Commission as well. Thank you so much. We have now more.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. So, coming up next to give us a keynote speech is none other than the Prince of the Caliphate, Mr. Atahiru Machido. When I was at Jaiz Bank and we were doing a course at the Global Islamic Finance Institute of Malaysia, he used to come after close of work to teach us, and that was where I first met him. He's a great teacher, and you should stay tuned and listen to his speech. The Prince of the Caliphate, please.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وذرياته وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. The chairman of the occasion, Alhaji Korla Kulli Hassan, who just left us, but he didn't leave a vacuum. We are fully covered here. The royal father of the day, our own father, His Royal Highness, the Sarkin Zazo of Suleja, the founding father and first chairman of Jaiz Bank, our own father, Dr. Umar Mutalla, the special guest of honor, Alhaji Mustafa bin Tube, ably represented by the Chief Executive Officer of Jaiz Bank, guest of honors, our own guest speaker, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, CON, former Minister of Communication, chairperson and members of the Board of Directors of Jaiz Takaful, chairman and members of the Sharia advisors, the gatekeepers of the Jaiz Takaful, our scholars present here, honorable guests, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah bi ni'matul Islam. Once again, as a result of Takaful, we are here. Brotherly cooperations is being demonstrated in this form of insurance between brothers and sisters. As we know, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَتَعَوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. This is demonstrating coming together of brothers and sisters to make sure they promote what is good but don't promote what is evil or sin. Takaful is actually demonstrating that. We should also remember that it is necessary for us to review our activities and our risk and see what can we do to mitigate it. It is not expected for a mu'min to put his hand and be bitten by scorpion twice as long as he is a mu'min. Likewise, in a hadith reported by Al-Tirmidhi about the Bedouin man who actually left his camel untied, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked him, why did he leave the camel untied? And he said he has a trust. He put his trust in Allah, and therefore he can leave it like that. And of course, Nabi Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell him, tie your camel first, and then put your trust in Allah. Meaning, whatever we are going to do your best to make sure that you put the mitigating factor, then you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we know, the Takaful demonstrate the brotherhood and cooperations, because that is the principle of even the Takaful itself. And the concept is based on ta'awun, which is brotherly cooperation, as well as the tabarruk, which is the donation. As we know, of course, being clearly spelled out by our own Professor Isa Alipantani, the prohibition of conventional insurance, of course based on the interest. If you give them actually the premium, they will use that premium in order to invest in interest-bearing instruments. And whatever they get there, that's what they can also utilize in order to safeguard whatever or to save whatever you lost, and therefore you are also enjoying the interest indirectly. Likewise, there is excessive uncertainty when it comes to conventional insurance. And of course, it's gambling. Will it happen or will it not happen? In addition to all that, there is exploitation. We can only clearly see this exploitation if we look at the Takaful clearly, that the contribution you as participants are giving to the Takaful operators belongs to you. Whenever there is any problem among the members of the participants, the Takaful operators will come and salvage the situation and give the who suffered actually in line with that, meaning the contribution, the amount, the Takaful funds, that particular amount actually belongs to the participants. But when it comes to the conventional insurance, whatever you give to the insurance company, it belongs to the insurance company, unless if you suffered any loss, that they can come and use it and pay you whatever it is. So there is exploitation attached to that. Likewise, when we look at the conventional insurance, it's just like transferring the entire risk from the insured to the insurer, meaning from the people that are participating or purchasing the insurance product to the insurance company, so that whatever happens, the insurance company will bear that one. So it's transferring the entire risk to the insurance company, which is also not allowed Sharia-wise. If we look at the relationship between the Takaful operator and the Takaful participants, is more of a mudaraba relationship, or a principal and an agent relationship, which is the wakala. Now, meaning whatever you as participants that will contribute, you are contributing as the capital for it to be saved, for it to be invested, and then you are giving it to the expert to manage on your behalf, who is a Takaful operator like Jaiz Takaful Insurance and others. And then the Takaful industry journey, as we know, it all started formally in 2013, when the National Insurance Commission released the guidelines comprehensively that guide how the Takaful industry will operate in Nigeria. And from there, they spelled out all the needs needed by anybody who wants to come and act as an operator in the Takaful, what he needs to do and what he needs to provide. And that is where we have the Jaiz Takaful, the Nur Takaful that actually went forward in order to get the first license. Specifically, that particular regulations was also promoted by a committee called JCAF, Joint Committee on Alternative Finance, provided and constituted by Central Bank of Nigeria, National Insurance Commission, Securities and Exchange Commission, Debt Management Office, and other financial regulatory authority, including the ICRC. They formed a committee in order to provide alternative finance to the federal government of Nigeria, and that is where actually the National Insurance Commission was actually challenged, similar to what Securities and Exchange was challenged to provide guidelines so that people that are interested can start applying for the regulation, for the operations. Sept was mandated or was actually challenged to provide the Sukuk rules and regulations, which equally came in that 2013, similar to the Takaful guidelines that came in 2013. In that particular guidelines, specifically, there are a lot of mode of Takaful, but in this particular one, there are 3 that has been identified that are operational in Nigeria. First is the Mudaraba Takaful, which is a Mudaraba, a relationship between the Takaful operator and the participant to come together in order to do a business where the participant will provide the capital while the operator will manage the venture on behalf of them, and they have a pre-agreed profit sharing ratio that whenever we have profit, this is how we are going to share it. They have that kind of relationship, which is Mudaraba. We equally have the Wakala mode of Takaful, which is an agency where the participant acting as principals will give the Takaful operator as an agent to to go and manage this particular funds, they will contribute together in a pool for them to manage for them. If there is anybody who suffer a loss, they will come and take care of that by providing the cover with respect to that. There is equally the hybrid of the two, which is the Mudaraba and the Wakala put together. With respect to all this mode of Takaful, that is where I mentioned to you that Nur Takaful and Jaiz Takaful decided to immediately apply for this mode of financial intermediation, where they are providing these services. Today we have 4 full-fledged Takaful operators and also counting, because there is already application with the National Insurance Commission for some people that have identified this particular as opportunity for them actually to equally have a license in order to act as an operator of the Takaful. Alhamdulillah, today we are witnessing another distribution of surplus by Jaiz Takaful of 152 million to eligible participants, meaning the eligible participant is somebody who is part of the participants that contributed into the pool as a donation, but if he suffered any loss and he enjoyed out of that particular basket, he is not eligible. But if you didn't actually enjoy in that particular, you have surplus, then you become the eligible part of what you are going to receive today. And that is actually another promise kept at the moment. Alhamdulillah Kasira, for what we are witnessing today for Jaiz Bank, that is blazing the trail of this particular industry that we are having, including some other operators in the industry. Alhamdulillah, subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Thank you so much. Alhaji Atahiru Machido is MD CEO 117 Capital, and he is a key player in the sukuk industry in Nigeria. He was one of the key stakeholders during the first sukuk issuance in Nigeria. And of course, like he said, the industry is growing. Thank you so much, sir, for that very beautiful presentation. I want to also recognize the presence of Hajia Atika of Citizens Radio. She's the general manager at Citizen Radio. Please, okay, thank you so much for joining us. I also want to recognize the presence of Alhaji Abdul Kadir Salisu, who is the representative of Al-Babelo Trading Co. Can we see you too for recognition? Okay, thank you so much for joining us. We also have in our midst Mr. Aliu Abiodun Abadika, ED Technical Crown Takaful Insurance Limited, and we thank you so much for joining us. We have Mr. Mohammed Sanda Kindin, retiree head of Procurement NICOM. Thank you so much for being in our midst. Thank you, sir. We have Mr. Nasir Abakar Song, okay. Crown Takaful Insurance Limited, the MD of Crown Takaful Insurance Limited. May we see you to recognize it. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And now, the next item in our program is a short video clip. Are you ready to play the video clip for us? Okay, thank you so much. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the clip. And you can take notes too. Thank you. Audio, please.
distinction between conventional insurance and takaful. This distinction is more visible with respect to investment in funds. Insurance companies invest their funds in interest-based avenues and without any regard for the concept of halal or haram. While takaful companies undertake only Sharia-compliant business and profits are distributed according to pre-agreed ratios. To encounter the overpricing policies of the insurance companies in takaful, the premium charged or surplus would normally go to the participants. Basic elements of takaful. Its basic elements are payments made with the intention of tabarru or gift, elimination of the elements of garam, mesa, and riba. Basis of operations is wakala or mudala, joint guarantee or indemnity amongst participants, constitution of separate participants takaful fund, constitution of Sharia supervisory board, and investments according to Sharia. The main drivers of takaful. Its main drivers are poverty or individual purification, brotherhood or mutual assistance, charity or contribution, mutual agree, and community well-being. The principles of takaful. Commercial insurance is strictly not allowed because it contains uncertainty, gambling, and interest. So, takaful is perceived as cooperative insurance, where members contribute a certain sum of money to a common pool. Its purpose is not profits, but to bear one another's burden. The key principles of takaful. Policyholders cooperate among themselves for their common good. Every policyholder pays his subscription to help those who need assistance. Losses are divided and liabilities spread according to the community pooling system. Uncertainty is eliminated in respect of subscription and compensation, and it does not derive advantage at the cost of others. Understanding takaful models. Mudala model. In this model, the surplus is shared between the participants and takaful operator. Sharing of profit or surplus could be mutually agreed between the contracting parties. These risk-sharing arrangements allow takaful operators to share in the underwriting results from operations and favourable performance returns on invested premiums. Wakala model. In this model, cooperative risk-sharing occurs among participants, where takaful operators earn a fee for services as an agent only. Operators do participate in share, however, they may also charge a fund management performance incentive fee. Wakala Waqf model. In this model, relationship of the participants and operator is directly with the Waqf fund. The operator is an agent of the fund, and the participants pay contribution to the fund by way of gift. Here are some of its features. Contributions received would also be a part of this fund, and the combined amount will be used for investment, and the profits earned will again be deposited into the same fund. Losses to the participants are paid by the company from the same fund, and operational expenses are also met from the same fund. Types of takaful. It has two types, general and family. General takaful. It offers all kinds of non-life risk coverage, and it is divided into the following classes. Property takaful. This policy provides compensation in an event of damage to the property caused by fire, lightning, and explosions, and it applies to buildings, stock, machinery, and similar contents. Marine takaful. It compensates losses or damages to cargo or freight on vessels, aircraft, or road. Motor takaful. It is applicable on damage to a vehicle incurred as a result of any accident. And miscellaneous takaful. This coverage is personalised and tailor-made with the corporate requirements. Family takaful. This policy covers all risks associated with human life, such as death, disability, and illness through short-term and long-term investment needs. Types of family takaful plans. Term life takaful. If the life assured dies within the specified period, it provides payment of the sum assured only. Whole life takaful. This contract theoretically covers the insured and the level premium is payable for life. Endowment takaful. It provides endowment benefit at retirement, or in case of earlier death of the insuree, they are paid to the dependents. Universal Takaful. It provides a lifetime financial security with the flexibility to the changing needs and aspirations of the insuree. Marriage Plan. It is designed to fulfill parents' needs for their children's marriage. And Education Plan. It especially caters for the child's future financial needs for education. Objections of Sharia scholars on conventional insurance. Conventional insurance is defined as an arrangement by which a company or the state undertakes to provide a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage, illness or death in return for payment of a specified premium. Scholars view the insurance contract as an exchange contract. Money is being exchanged for money over time. Key elements of conventional insurance are uncertainty, gambling, riba, underwritings, and investment profits belong to the company. Riba in conventional insurance. Insurance funds are mostly invested in financial instruments that contain elements of riba. Validity of Takaful in Islamic Sharia. Takaful is based on the concept of risk sharing, which is permissible by Sharia. Another concept is savings for future, which is also permissible. Understanding direct and indirect riba. Direct riba. It is an excess of one side in case of exchange between amount of premium and sum insured. An indirect riba. It is an interest earned on interest-based transaction. Number of parties. In insurance parties, two parties are involved, the insurer or company and the policyholder. In Takaful companies, three parties are involved. The company is the trusted, the policyholder and the pool. Duties of a company. The company is arranged by the pool and it has two main duties. Cover risks via the pool and invest via Murabaha and divide the profit share. Profit is first divided between the company and the pool and then from the pool to the policyholders. Contracts in Takaful. 4 contracts are involved. Number 1, contract of trust or amana. It is a contract between the policyholder and the company. The amount is donated as a gift, and through this contract, risk of other policyholders is covered. Number 2, contract of arrangement. It is a contract between company and pool. Company performs regular duties as performed in conventional insurance. Number 3, Murabaha contract. It decides investment portion between the company, the policyholder who invests, and the pool. In a Murabaha contract, when the premium is invested, 2 relations are developed. The relation between the company and the pool, and the relation among policyholders. And number 4, Shirka contract. It is a contract among policyholders. The profit earned by the pool is divided among the policyholders on Shirka basis.
Yes, I can hear you.
So can somebody respond to us?
The problem is the
Okay, so thank you so much. We can end the video. I am sure that we have gotten some information from there. And as we all know, this particular program is twofold. We have the first session, which is the surplus sharing, and then we proceed into the broadcast of participants forum. We have the surplus sharing event, and then we have the broadcast of participants forum, which comes immediately after the surplus sharing event. We also have staff of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited on standby. If you have any questions, if you want to enjoy any of our products or services, please proceed to the front desk immediately after we conclude the program to get to enjoy. Maybe next time when we come here, you'd also receive a symbolic check. Who knows? Jaiz Bank just received 18 million naira. Are you jealous? Okay, so moving on. we are going to take goodwill message from our father, our nation builder. He was a minister long before I was born. I am talking of none other than Alhaji Umaru Mutallab, CON. He's going to give us a goodwill message. He is here today as our distinguished guest of honor, and he is the immediate past chairman of Jaiz Bank Board of Directors. And he has a microphone there that he is going to use. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. Please enjoy.
Let me start by thanking the organizers for inviting me to this occasion. I believe that the normal protocol is all duly observed. Please, the chairman of the occasion, His Royal Highness, the Secretary of Suleja, the Honorable Immediate Minister of Telecommunications and Technology. I would like to see this opportunity to thank all of you that have all been in this game, in this exercise. It has not been an easy exercise. It is a long struggle. I believe maybe a lot of names have been mentioned, but I would particularly like to mention Alhaji M.K. Ahmed. He has been very, very supportive. He has participated in a number of meetings and discussions we had, in getting the Jaiz off the ground. I would also like to thank Sheikh Lau for his support and the support of the Sunnah for their support and their cooperation. The exercise is still ongoing. There are a number of other issues, other things that will come on board. I mean, right now, as I can see, the bank is in operation, the council is operating. The name of the game now is, Jaiz Bank or Jaiz Organization or Islamic Bank has to go to other businesses. They have to look into ways and means of how they can increase their resources, their profitability, and so on. And hence, I understand that there is in the pipeline a plan by Jaiz Bank to go into the HOLCO arrangement. By HOLCO arrangement, this will allow the bank to have a number of businesses like pensions, like merchant bank, like a lot of other things. And I must also say that it is through the persistence of the Jaiz team that Skook was introduced into this country. Because at the time when we started, we had a problem with the liquidity. We have so much funds, but we cannot invest them because the bank, the central bank, funding arrangement is always interest-bearing, and hence we continue to pursue the issue of spook. And I'm pleased to say that spook is now a regular feature in the financing arrangement of government and other organizations. I mean, it's a way of even private companies and so on can also go into this business. It's not only the government that can go into spook. I'm pleased to say that this has taken root also, and like some of the speakers have said, the number of Islamic banks, the number is growing. I believe right now we have about 3 in operation, and we understand that a few numbers are in the pipeline awaiting central bank license. So also the issue of this takaful, it's ensuring that it's certainly going to be much more amenable to customers, because you're not only getting an insurance cover, but you're also partly like a shareholder, because like today, later in the afternoon, there will be distribution of surplus. It's almost like a dividend payment. It's not quite a dividend, but it is like a dividend payment, and the normal insurance companies do not undertake this kind of exercise. I must thank some of colleagues who have really participated very, very well. His Royal Highness was a very active member of the team when we were in the process of getting this organization off the ground. We are pleased to see that he's still very keen and very interested in all the activities of the institution. There are a number of other bodies that are coming up, I believe, because I know that the sky is the limit. There are many, many Islamic instruments, there are many Islamic products that I hope and pray that through Jaiz Bank or through Jaiz Takaful or through some other vehicles, these activities will be carried out so that it will benefit the Ummah. And as has been said by the Honorable Immediate Minister of Communications, it is for all Nigerians. It is not particularly for Muslims. Anybody who subscribes to the Sharia is welcome to not only participate in the activities, but also to even be a shareholder. Because in the shareholder of Jaiz Bank, we have, in fact, a bishop who is a very active member of the board of the Shareholders Association. So, at the beginning, of course, we are being accused of Islamizing Nigeria, but I believe now it is quite clear that it is not really Islamizing Nigeria. What we are trying to do, is to bring another option. Those who want to continue with the conventional banking, they are at liberty to do so, but at least there is an alternative. And I'm pleased to say that this is receiving a lot of very, very good attention. I once more thank the organizers, the chairman, the management board and management of Jaiz Takaful for inviting me to this occasion. And I hope that we will see more and more of such activities in the future. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much, Alhaji Umar Mutanda, CON. And from the highlights of his speech is the supports of like-minded individuals. Some of the lessons we can take from his speech is surrounding himself with like-minded individuals to aid his execution. And this reminds me of what I read in terms of, there was, where the Rasul said that even if the world is ending and you have a seed with you, you should go ahead and plant it. The seed of Jaiz Bank is, part of what we are celebrating today. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We also want to seek the pleasure of Sheikh Abdullahi Balalo, the national chairman of JIPWIS, to give us a goodwill message. Sheikh, please.
Alhamdulillah. اللهم لك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد إذا رضيت ولك الحمد بعد الرضا كبت عدونا وأزهرت أمنا وجمعت فرقتنا ومن كل ما سألناك ربنا أعطيتنا فلك الحمد على ذلك حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه وأصلي وأسلم على خير خلق الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, the chairman of the occasion that has just left, our royal father of the day, our father, the emir of Sultan Zazzan Suleja, and as the chairman of the occasion has said, His Excellency, he was the first executive governor of Niger State when we were in secondary school. Our dear father and the immediate chairman of Jaiz Bank, Abuja Mutala, and my dear brother, the immediate past Minister of Communication, Professor Isa Ali Pantani, the Managing Director of Jaiz Takaful, members of the high table here, and distinguished brothers and sisters, I salute you with the best salutation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let me say congratulations to Jaiz Takaful. May Allah continue to bless Jaiz Bank as well as the program Jaiz Takaful. As a leader of an Islamic organization, we have a lot to contribute. And under our organization, we did a lot when Jaiz Bank was formed. Through awareness. We made a lot of awareness and a lot of Ummah, Islamic brothers and sisters understand what Jaiz Bank is for. And still, we take it as a task. The Jaiz Takaful should also be given high consideration so that we can make awareness through our Jumu'ah boxes, through our council salawat. Under our organization, Jamaat Izzat bil Hikmah Sunnah, we have more than 11,000 Jumu'ah mosques, and we have more than 56,000, non-Jumu'ah mosques. That's council salawat. And between Maghrib and Isha, you find a lot of scholars, propagating Islam or teaching the Quran and Sunnah in the mosque between Maghrib and Isha. We use that medium so that we can contribute to a lot of brothers and sisters that even do not know what Takaful is all about. So through that, we can be able to add more value so that people can understand what is Takaful in Islam. Not only the Muslim Ummah, also the non-Muslims should understand what is Takaful is all about. As our dear brother Sheikh and Professor Isa Ali Bantami has said, we should be good ambassadors of Islam. Not only good ambassadors, but also to become the goalkeepers of Islam. Wherever we are, we should try and make awareness to people to understand what is Islam is all about. The Takaful, it means cooperation and assistance, support between the people that are there to contribute, and from there they can be able to do a lot. And Islam encourages all Muslim brothers and sisters, they should stand on their feet, get something doing. So Islam is always against poverty. It preaches to the entire Muslim Ummah to have something doing so that you can not rely on other people, but get something doing so that you can become a real Muslim that will practice Islam according to the Quran and the Sunnah. So through poverty alleviation, through this kind of Takaful, there are a lot of alleviation that will come to Muslim Ummah. And not only to Muslim Ummah, as well as even to non-Muslim. Once a time, my dear Secretary General used to preach that there is a Muslim who is under the pressure of poverty. His wife gave birth to a child, and he seeks assistance from his neighbors, from his brothers. They could not assist him. But there was an evil man that he knew. He went to him, please assist me. My wife has just delivered, and the naming ceremony is just tomorrow or a day after tomorrow. He said, oh, what do you need? He gave him the assistance he needed that time. So that brother came back and said, Alhamdulillah, he got what he wants. On the day of the naming ceremony, the family members were there, the neighbors were there. He was asked, what is the name of your child? He said, I named my child as Mr. John. He said, why Mr. John? I asked each and every one of you to assist me, you refused to assist me, and Mr. John assist me. So I named my son after Mr. John. This is a kind of assistance. Because of what? Because of assistance. There was a tradition of the Holy Prophet Muhammad SAW, which indicated that the Ummah that came before us, one wealthy person came out with his sadaqah. Zakat is compulsory. That is why 2.5% is given out annually to those who have the means, who have the wealth. So he carried out the sadaqah or the zakat to give out to a pious person. So he met with one young Samaritan, a very beautiful person, and dashed him that sadaqah. This is sadaqah. He said, Alhamdulillah, thank you very much for the sadaqah. He went back and slept. In the morning, it was a rumor in the town that that very arrogant person, a thief that steals house to house, was given a lot of money. That wealthy person said, oh Allah, I didn't intend to give that thief sadaqah. Please Allah direct me to give someone that is pious, that can make use of the money I will give him. So the next day, he take the sadaqah again. When he see a youth person, he turned his face away. He saw a lady by the side of the road and gave her, this is a sadaqah. He said, Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. Then a rumor announced in the town that that prostitute lady, the prostitute who is having her job is adultery, she was given a lot of money. So he had that. He said, oh Allah, yesterday I gave it to you, today a prostitute. Please Allah direct me so that I can give my sadaqah to the right place and right person. He still take out the sadaqah. The next day, he come out. He saw a lady, he turned his face away from her, a youth, and he saw a calm, somebody who's, so calm and respectful. Say, gentleman, this is a sadaqah. Say, Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. The next day, it was announced that, the wealthy person among the wealthiest people in the town was given a sadaqah. Say, oh Allah, what can I do? I gave it to a thief, to a prostitute, and to a wealthy person. Oh Allah, direct me, what can I do? So he slept. He saw in his sleeping, Allah said, all your sadaqah are accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first person, what made him to become a thief is poverty. And you gave him that sadaqah, he has repented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is no more a thief, he become a pious person doing the righteous thing. And the other lady also poverty. And now she has repented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and even get a new husband. The other person is a wealthy person, he doesn't give out zakat, and because of that he said, there are people that give out zakat, I must start giving out my charity and myself. From that day he started. So you see, people, giving out sadaqah through contribution, even to takaful, even if you cannot enjoy the surplus, take it out and donate to other people and do a humanitarian service. It will definitely attract and make an impact, and people will understand our religion. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakumullahu khairan. Reminders do benefit the believers. We also want to recognize the presence of Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim Adamu, CEO, Lead Capital Nigeria Limited. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Can you stand up to be recognized, please? Okay, thank you so much. Next item on our program is one more goodwill message, which is to be delivered by the former Federal Permanent Secretary, Alhaji Sabiu Zakari. Please come up to deliver your goodwill message. Thank you so much.
Mine is just to, on behalf of the participants of this policy, to commend first and foremost the founders of Jaiz generally, and in particular the management of Jaiz Takaful Insurance for providing us with an alternative to the conventional insurance to enable us, not only Muslims, but those who want to abide by the Sharia, to ensure that we comply with our religion. At least we have an alternative to the conventional insurance. So I want to commend Jaiz Insurance, Jaiz Takaful Insurance for giving us this opportunity. We are happy with what we have been doing. I think I started this around 2018 or so, when it was introduced to me by a friend who is deep into it. So we are happy with it, and we commend you, and we are happy with what is happening today, and we wish you God's blessings and all the good things that this policy or this system will come up with. So thank you very much, and we commend you, and we wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next item is the symbolic presentation of checks. We want to humbly invite the chief host to come forward to start the symbolic presentation of checks, which is the highlight of today's occasion. We already witnessed one, we're going to witness more. You see some plenty millions being distributed. May we have the representative of the Federal Inland Revenue Service to come forward for the presentation of the symbolic check. While we wait for that, we want to call on the next recipient of the symbolic check, the representative of Alba Bello International Limited. Are you present? Kindly come forward for the receipt of your symbolic check. Okay, he's coming to receive the check. He is to be presented by our Father, His Royal Highness. Congratulations, Alba Bello.
Jaiz Takaful and singular honor and pleasure to present this symbolic check to Madam Alba Bello, a check to the tune of 5,499,589.63 kobo. Congratulations.
Congratulations. The representative of Mr. Yusuf Ola Olu Ali San. We have Hajia Baraka Aliu, the representative of Barrister Olaolu. Please come forward to receive. Okay, she's there. She's coming to receive the symbolic check. To be presented by the special guest of honor, ably represented by Mr. Ahmed Alhaji Hassan, the MD of Jaiz Bank PLC. He's coming? Okay. So sorry. We have the check is to be presented by the former Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Patani. Please step forward. Okay, please, to be joined.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. Permit me to present this check to Yusuf Honorable Ali SAM of 1,206,910 naira 50 kobo only. On behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited, the check to be presented to Yusuf Ali SAM. Thank you.
The next check is to Amasco International Limited. Please, is the representative to be presented by the MD of Jaiz Bank PLC, who is here representing the special guest. Amasco International Limited, please. Representative of Amasco International Limited. Okay.
Okay, on behalf of Jaiz Takaful, I wish to present this symbolic check to Amasco International to a tune of 932,116 naira and 10 kobo. We are like blessed.
Congratulations. We are aware that the representative of the Federal Inland Revenue Service is around now. Kindly indicate if you are here. Okay. The representative of Ahmed should get ready. And the representative of Red Star Oil should also get ready, please.
from Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Assalamu on behalf of Jaiz Takaful, I'd like to present this check to the federal government. I don't think we need it, but nevertheless, it is due to you. You have ensured this opportunity to ensure Jaiz Takaful. Congratulations. The call is 11,361,369.79. Congratulations. Well done.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, next item is the presentation of check, and we humbly invite the chairman of ACE, Professor Mohamed Nasruddin, to narrate, to make, supported by his ACE members, to make the next presentation. Representative, if Mr. Ahmed Musa is here, kindly come forward for your check. The representative of Red Star Oil and Gas Limited, kindly step forward to receive your check, Mr. Jacob Onoja. This to be presented by Sheikh Abdullah Banano. Okay. Okay.
On behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance, it's my honor and privilege to present this check to Restore Oil and Gas Limited in the sum of 725,699 naira. Congratulations. We look forward to more patronage from you.
have the next check to be received by Mr. Adebola Sheidu or his representative. Mr. Ahmed Musa, are you around now? Or his representative? Okay. So the representative of Mr. Ahmed Musa is stepping forward. Sheikh Abdullah Ibn, please kindly do the honors of presenting the check, the symbolic check.
Alhamdulillah, wassallallahu wasallam ala nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man walahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. On behalf of Jaiz Takaful, I wish to present the check to Mala Ahmed Musa, the sum of 712,640.54 kobo. May Allah put more barakah and more blessings in it. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum, gentlemen and ladies. Just to wrap up the issue of payment of symbolic check presentation, we have two beneficiaries that are not here, but we just like to put it to the record so that we know, the public will know that Seriki Kasim Olani Pupu has a surplus from our business, and there's the only sum of 42,868,000 naira 41 kobo. So we'll go to credit his account later, but this is to demonstrate that the surplus is for everyone, including individuals. The last one is Adebola Sheidu. I know this customer is from Lagos, and maybe due to flight schedule or something, he's not been here. But we have a surplus for him in the sum of 421,188 naira 0.15 kobo. So we're going to credit the accounts. This is in fulfillment of our promise to our customers, and we're going to keep that. There are a lot more beneficiaries of surplus. In fact, we have over 1,000 beneficiaries that will take surplus for the year 2021. Is somebody here? For additional? Oh, alhamdulillah. So Dr. Sam. No. Your own is for. Is here. This is the laboratory. I need to do this. Okay, so I'm sorry, Alaji Atayo Machiro, please. It's a pleasure. I didn't notice that. Sorry, please, for the little time waiting. No, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. On behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited, I hereby present the symbolic check to Adibola Shaidu for the sum of 423,188 naira 11 kobo as an eligible participant of the Jaiz Takaful. Congratulations. This is a surplus of 2021. Congratulations.
Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited presents a token of appreciation to Professor Isa Ali Pentani.
Assalamu alaikum. We went into a lot of trouble to make sure that Al-Hajj Batami is able to make this occasion today. So we would like to show our appreciation by just presenting him with this token gift. He's been away and just came back, so we're really honored that he was able to make the time. May Allah continue to bless you in everything that you do, and may Allah help Jaiz Takaful Insurance to grow from strength to strength. Thank you very much, sir.
The Chairman, Board, Management and Staff of Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited presents a token of appreciation to His Royal, to Alhaji Umar Mutalla, CON, for gracing this occasion.
Assalamu alaikum. Like a lot of people said in this forum today, Islamic banking and finance and anything Islamic has been promoted and initiated by our big brother, our father, Alhaji Umar Mutalla. The history of Islamic banking in Nigeria is incomplete without expression of gratitude to him and everything he has done and all that he continues to do. So, on behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance, we would like to present this token gift. We know you have a lot of gifts in your office, but this one must take precedence over all the others. So, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, next item is the presentation of a token of appreciation to His Royal Highness for gracing us with his presence. Thank you so much, sir.
We feel really honored and really special because His Royal Highness was also away and just came back, and he even had some other engagements, but he was able to set that aside just to be here. So we're immensely and eternally grateful, and this is just a token of our appreciation for all the support that you give us and for the effort you have made to be here today. May we continue to grow in strength, and may you never be disappointed in us. Thank you so much. May Allah continue to bless us all. Thank you, sir.
Next up is the presentation of a token of appreciation to Alhaji Mustafa Bintubi, ably represented by the MD of Jaiz Bank, Mr. Ahmed Hassan.
So this is a token of our appreciation, and we really thank you for being here today, representing not just the chairman Alhaji Bintubi, but also representing yourself and the bank. So we continue to look forward to the bank to continue to support us as we promote the name of Jaiz Bank in all that we do and all the positivity that we bring to bear in the affairs of the bank. So thank you so much, and may we continue to grow in strength, and may we continue to see more and more support from Jaiz Bank. Thank you very much.
Up next is the presentation presentation to the Commissioner for Insurance, Mr. Sunday Thomas. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with the present, ably represented by Mr. Ahmed Kalare, and to be received by a director.
On behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance, would like to also present this token gift to the Commissioner for Insurance and also to NICOM for all the support and the help, keeping us grounded and making sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing. So thank you so much. May Allah continue to bless you. Thank you.
Next is the gift to our guest speaker, Madam Atahiru Machiru.
Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Jaiz Takaful Insurance, we'd like to present this token gift also to Madam Atahiru M. Machido in appreciation of your being here today and the support that you've always given to the organization. Thank you so much. May that support continue, and may you continue to help faith in us. Thank you so much.
So, Alhamdulillah, I've been given the assignment to express our appreciation to all our respected fathers, starting with His Highness, as well as the doing of the Islamic finance industry in Nigeria, like Dr. Chairman of our AIS and other respected AIS members, and of course the representatives of NICOM and the eminent and distinguished stakeholders who are here. We really appreciate your coming, we appreciate your support, and we also ask you to continue to deepen your patronage and support to Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited. When we come here again, sometimes in a few months ahead of us, we hope and pray to do much better than what we have to do. On this note, we want to say to you a very big thank you, and we say that may Allah continue to at least see you through your respective destination. Thank you very much.
And this brings to the end the first part of this program, the surplus sharing event. Please, all brokers and participants are to wait behind for the second session. Thank you so much. On behalf of Jaiz Takaful, we want to specially thank Alhaji M.K. Ahmed. We have his gifts, and due to the pressure of time, we're going to go to his office to present to him. So Alhaji Ahmed, thank you so much for being here today. Please, there is a beautiful banner outside decorated with Jaiz Insurance Limited, Jaiz Takaful Insurance Limited. Please, a group photograph is taking place there. We seek the indulgence of all our invited participants to head over to the banner for the group photograph.